Look at me. I'm dressed, but my hair is wet and no makeup. Happy Thursday, you guys. I literally said that and then thought maybe it's not Thursday. Of course it's Thursday. I'm dressed up because I have to go to my daughter's school. So I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna talk about it again. Content organization hacks, okay? Just got off a call with a leader of mine who's been doing this for a really long time. And she's like, I'm struggling with content. Like, you just get into these ruts where you're like, oh. So I have some hacks for you. Some of these are the same. Some of them could be different. So make sure you go back to guides and watch the one I did 6 months ago. And then we're going to add to it. First thing I do every single morning, if you've been doing this longer than a year, use this hack. Every friggin' post you've ever done is in your memories, okay? You can see how many likes and comments, all right? Every morning, because I'm working only from my profile, every single morning, I go into my memories. I usually do this while I'm still in bed. Is that a good practice? Probably not. The first thing I do is I wake up and I go into my memories and I check to see which ones of those I want to repurpose, okay? Sometimes I copy and paste the wording. I'll save the image again and crop it so it's different. And I'll just go ahead and post that as my good morning post. If it was an image from several years ago that were really popular where people were, doing the pictures that said Happy Tuesday, and it's like a picture that's been used 100,000 times, I'll just take the wording from that and stick it on a color block. If it's a good post that got a lot of action, like a engagement post, I'll take a screenshot to be like, when I get to that part of my DMO, like today is Thursday. So Thursday morning, I'm looking for a lifestyle post, an engagement post, and a gratitude post. This gratitude post should be around your business. You're grateful for the money that you're creating to pay for groceries, gas, or whatever. So these are the 3 posts. I give them to you right here. I follow this pretty close. If I can't think of anything to post, I follow this. My lifestyle, it's either something that I'm doing in the last couple of days, or it's a memory and you don't share the memory. Do not hit the share button. Write this down, tattoo it on your forehead. Never hit the share button. Content creators don't share, they create. You want people watching you to share your stuff. You don't want to be sharing theirs, okay? Do not hit the share button. If you want to talk about a memory, you'll save that picture, crop it, and be like, oh my God, this came up in my memories from 3 years ago. I can't believe, and then your thoughts on that memory, okay? So that could be a lifestyle post. Gratitude post, I'm looking for things that my business has done for me. If you are just getting started in direct sales, you're talking about what you're looking forward to based on what your leader's doing. So when I wasn't making any money, my leader was making $75,000 a month. Almost at 100. Sorry. And I was looking forward to making thousands a month. But was I that month? No, I was just getting started. But I was on my way. So I wasn't, you have to stay compliant. Can't say, looking forward to making $10,000 a month next year. You can't say that. But you can say, working one-on-one with a leader who has created a full-time income online, and I am looking forward to the day that I get to tell my boss, no more. Or I'm grateful that I get to work from home. You see my post all the time if you're following me on my profile. My husband and I both work from home, and we go to lunch in the middle of the day all the time. I mean, we could post lots of stuff. We have like day dates in the middle of the day. We post that. Like, I get to spend a lot of quality time with him during the day while a bunch of other people who are following me are behind a cubicle or stuck, rushing to get their kids home from school, to do homework and eat and then fall into the bed to redo it again. So when I'm talking about the gratitude post, I'm talking about my business, because here I'm on social media to attract other people who need what I have. And you need to tell what you have in order to attract those people. And you can talk about that as much as you want. It's not a product. You're not saying buy my stuff. You're saying this is my solution. If this resonates, maybe we should talk. So that's what the gratitude post is. But so the first hack is you're going to look at your memories, repurpose any of that. Even if you haven't been in direct sales for a year, you've been posting on Facebook since 2008, right? We all have. You have years and years and years and years of content. Go repurpose it. Every image needs to be cropped. If it is a picture you got off Pinterest 4 years ago, do not ever use that again. It's not going to get any views. Facebook has seen it 100 million times. Even if you crop it, it looks like crap. It's probably fuzzy. No one wants to see that stuff anymore. That's old school. So be mindful of the way I posted 4 years ago is not the way I post this year. Like, so you're not doing bullet points and emojis and all that stupid crap. You're not like listing benefits. Like we used to do that in 2017. We don't do that today. So the way that we're posting is different, but the theme of what we're posting about is the same. So you have an entire day of everything you need that I promise you, if you're using this DMO and you're engaging with people from different areas of your social media every single day, they don't remember that you posted it last year on March 21st or 3 years ago on March 21st. They don't remember. So first hack, use your memories, repurpose your content. Use your memories, repurpose your content, okay? Second hack, while you're doing that, much in the same way that you would if you were using an app scheduling program. So I used to use SendShare. I'm not going to use it anymore. I have noticed a huge change in my algorithm since I put that into practice. The posts that I create on my own and post and even pre-schedule with Facebook in my groups get way more views than anything that I'm using off SendShare. So something about that third party access is stalling your post. So if you have a group and you're using a scheduling software that is not Facebook, I urge you to stop using it. Like, is this going to take you a lot of time? Yes, I'm going to actually have to go into my SendShare account. I'm going to have to pull all of my posts that I've been loading into there and all my pictures I have anyway, and I'm going to have to organize them a different way. And here's how you need to organize them. If you've never used a software or an app to schedule your stuff, great. You're ahead of all of us. We were trying to be lazy and it hurt us. My reps who have never used a scheduling software have about 4 times the reach in their groups than I do. Okay, we have the same amount of people. We've done it for the same amount of time. I get 150 views. They're getting, almost 700, 800 views. And the only difference is they're not using a scheduling software. They're scheduling with Facebook because you can schedule all of your posts in Facebook. And it's easier to do it on the computer, to be honest. So what I want you to do is, if you have a scheduling software and you're ready to get rid of that, I mean, that's a business expense I don't want to pay for, especially if it's hurting me, right? So I'm going to offload that and use it on something else, like my autoresponder that's going to friend and engage and send messages for you. That doesn't hurt your algorithm at all. So, in fact, it helps you stay out of jail. And when I was in Mexico, it did my friending, my engaging, and my birthday messages. The whole time I was in Mexico, I didn't have to work. I literally just opened up my computer, let it do its thing, and me and my mom went off and ate and slept in the sun and got sunburns and did all the things, right? And it was still, and I'm going to use it in 8 days when I go on a cruise. So I was in Mexico last week, and in 8 days I'll be on a cruise. And the reason I can do this is because I can create income online. This is the whole goal, that you can earn the same way that you do behind a cubicle, traveling all over the world. That's the goal, right? That's why we do this. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching. So offload that expense and go spend it somewhere else. Like, get a bookkeeping software. So if you're handling products at home and you have a Square account or an Ecwid account and you want to have a software that actually does bookkeeping for you, so at the end of the year you print one piece of paper that has your entire P&L and you give it to your tax accountant, use it for that. Use it for an autoresponder, lead generator. Use it for paid training. You know, some of these great trainings like Kristen Boss or, you know, Fraser Brooks or Ray Higdon, or some of these great true trainers. Like, I'm just a little novice here giving you some ideas, but they're like the heavy hitters. Go pay for that with that money. Like, use it to actually create income. Your scheduling software is not creating income for you. So it is leveraging time, it was, but now it's hurting you with views. The reason why people are saying Facebook groups are dead, those people use scheduling software. I'm 100% sure about it. So if you are using a scheduling app, when you are offloading that, don't just delete it. You're gonna have to pull all of those posts and you're gonna move them. Here's where you're gonna move them. Google Docs. Google Docs are available on the internet. I feel like I'm from 1980, the World Wide Web. From your phone, you can have all the posts that you ever need right there in your phone. And so what you need to do is create files in Google Docs. What are the files going to be? They're going to be your 5 parts of your brand associated in your bio. So if you went all the way back to building your brand and creating those content pillars or those branding buckets, whatever you want to call them, every different company trains different. So those pillars that you're listed on your bio. So go back to the first one in guides where I said getting started, like clean up your freaking Facebook profile. First of all, you should have listed on there like what people can expect to learn from your page or why they should accept your friend request. Mine right now, I change it and it'll evolve over time. Mine says microcurrent instead of Botox because that's what's built me 6 figures, and I'm super passionate about no one injecting their face with that shit. RRT, which is respiratory therapist turned full-time social seller. I want everyone in healthcare to know I replaced my income and now I work online. Airbnb owner. Also want people to know the money I'm creating here, I'm leveraging to build wealth through real estate. Travel junkie. I want them to know I'm traveling all the freaking time. My goal is to have a trip every single month. And guess what? I can do that because I can earn no matter where I am 24/7. And I'm a foodie. I am going to post everything I eat all the time because I love to eat. I'm eating less now because I'm fasting. Sometimes it's only once a day, but when I eat. So, and I love to post about that. And that's part of my brand because we have an entire supplement company. I mean, we bought a supplement company, so we have supplement and skincare. So my brand also is, let me show you how to balance your hormones and lose weight and also anti-age all together. So I segue my fasting and my weight loss. Like I've 16 pounds down in the last less than 2 months. I'm segueing that to, join my group, hear more about how I'm balancing my hormones, dealing with menopause and all of the good stuff. So I'm kind of so that's part of my brand. So those are the things that you're going to see right now on my page. Very different from when I got started. When I got started, I was like single mom of 3. Actually, I didn't put single mom because that induces ridiculous requests. Mom of 3, I was a healthcare career, whatever. I loved wine. I'd still love wine, but I'm not drinking as much of it because I'm losing weight. So I can't drink wine. I mean, I'm not going to put it on my profile because I'm not doing it all the time. So wherever you are in your stage of life, you want to have about 5 pillars. And guess what? There's 5 days of the week, work week. I like to really work 5 days a week. And on the weekends, I just do a little bit of my busy work just to keep my algorithm going. But I'm really only working 5 days a week. 5 days, 5 pillars. Monday, I talk about this. Tuesday, I talk about this. Wednesday, you can really strategically break it down. And I really have some good trainings into how to take those 5 pillars into a very strategic way to add. And that'll be in the adding section and guides. And I'll go back over that coming up soon. I can't remember when. So the second hack for you is create a Google Doc with folders. Each folder is a pillar, okay? Maybe you have a folder for a specific product if you post about your products on your social media page, but you're gonna copy and paste any post that you have in your scheduling app directly into that document. So you have the wording which, by the way, you have to change. You can't copy and paste wording on Facebook. As soon as you put copy, it's kind of onto you. Now you can do, as long as it's different, like the copy part, not so much, but if you just use the same words as somebody else or even yourself a year ago, Facebook's going to recognize it. And just like in college, you plagiarized and it's going to go nowhere. So you have to rewrite. This is a job. You have to rewrite your posts. You have to edit your pictures. You have to schedule your own things to get the most reach. It's a job. And if you don't cut corners, it will pay you well. When you start cutting corners, which I'm also guilty of, then it starts paying you less. So I'm here to tell you right now, if you haven't done it, don't. And if you're thinking about it, or if you did, you might want to back out of it. Using those Canva pre-made engagement, like done for you, literally. When it says reconnecting, it just irritates the you-know-what out of me. Anyway, using those Canva like pre-done graphics, those aren't getting a whole lot of place too. Go and look in your groups where you're using those. First of all, you should not be using those pre-done Canva done for you posts on your profile. If you're using them in your groups, go look. Are they getting reach? If they're getting reach, keep using them. If they're not, I don't think they're getting reach. Everybody, Canva, who knows? Like, I'm just using Canva because that's the one I use. There are millions of people using that platform. You think a million people posting the exact same thing scheduled at 8 a.m. on the day they tell you to, you think that's getting reach? No, it's not. Facebook's like, I've seen this 47 times in the last 47 seconds. No. So it's just, I just don't think it's going to be something that we should keep doing moving forward. If it's working for you, keep doing it. I'm just saying it's not working for me or my team. So we're going to start opting out of that. So save your post and keep them in pillars. Your 5 pillars, your 5 parts of your brand, you know, your products that you talk about the most. When you are posting, like I just created a post today, you're going to copy that wording and you're going to stick it in a file underneath one of those, or stick it in a document underneath one of those branding buckets. So today I just posted about, it's just a lifestyle post. I pulled out some vintage loafers that I saved from when I was in high school. It's actually the first expensive shoe I ever bought, and they were so meaningful to me. I pulled them out, and they're super cute, suede. And I'm like, I'm going to start wearing these again. These things I bought when I was 17. Yeah. And I am 51, people. So I just love to wear them. And I remember buying them, and I remember not having any money. And I remember thinking, when I get older, I'm going to buy expensive stuff like this. And they were $99 in 1990. $99. That was a ton of money. A lot of money. I mean, I think I was making $6 an hour back then. It was a lot of money. So, and I got a little credit card and I paid it every month and didn't understand about interest back then. So I actually paid more than $99 for them. But anyway, I posted about that. So I'm going to copy and paste that, and you can actually put your image in your Google document as well. This is easier on the computer. So I'm going to save that image, and I'm going to copy and paste that wording, and I'm going to put it in a document, and it is going to be in my like just random lifestyle folder. You can also do this according to months, and you can have every single day of the month and the couple of posts that you've done, and then next year there's exactly what you post again. You change it up a little bit, or maybe you mix up the months a little bit, but I promise you the same people who are watching you this January are not going to be watching you next January. So feel free to reuse. When you reuse, again, change the words, edit the picture. If you use the same picture and you use the same words, you are also not going to get any reach. Facebook knows. They want you to create content. And anytime you don't spend the time to create it, your algorithm is downplayed and you will not get viewed. If you use an image that's been circulated 100,000 times, it literally goes and is parked right on your page. When I hear people say, I'm not getting any likes or comments, I'm like, oh, well, you used a picture that your entire freaking team used. Of course you're not going to get any likes and comments. It didn't ever go to the feed. Ask your friends, did you see this in your feed? They're going to say no. It goes straight to your profile and stays right there. Facebook can't put everything in the feed. So if you don't spend time creating original content, your stuff's not going out there. It's getting parked on your page. So don't reuse images. Don't reuse words. Just don't. You're going to have to spend time to create. It's called content creation for a reason. If you want it to pay you, you have to create the content. And this is the best way to organize. Best way. So Google Docs is free. There's a little, I'm looking for my phone, talking to it. There's a little app on your phone. So when I am traveling, all of my posts are right there. They're just right there. And I can just copy and paste. I can redo the wording. I can post it. I can edit that image. I can post that, and then I'm done. Okay. Sometimes if you are listed as a creator, you can schedule your profile posts. I haven't seen that function recently. Let me see if it's on the computer. I haven't seen it on the, let me see. I'll have to look. I have not seen it. You guys tell me what you think. Yes, I want to leave. Let me see, blah, 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 blah. If I hit next, yeah, it's not letting me schedule. I used to be able to schedule, but it's not letting me anymore. But in your group, we've always had the ability to schedule. So in your group, go schedule your posts. If you are a content creator, I highly recommend being a content creator. I think I make almost $200 a month posting on Facebook. I was going to do it anyway. Why not take the money, right? They want you to post, and they're paying you for your actual physical posts now. And I think your stories. I don't think they're paying for Reels anymore. They used to pay for Reels. So underneath your professional dashboard, it tells you your post reach. In the last 28 days, I've reached 38,262 accounts. It tells me that I have 18,260 engagements in the last 28 days, and I have 42 new followers. So it's really great feedback. It also shows you what your recent content is, and you can sort it by engagement. So you can sort it by engagement, and you can see all of these posts, the ones that got the most engagement. And so you don't have to do this organization every day, because this is going to give me, this gives me the last 90 days. So if you want to spend one weekend, you could sort it for 90 days, and you could pull just the most engaging content for the last 90 days, and you could save it into your Google Docs. I highly recommend the Creator. It really tells me, which one's got the biggest reach versus, here, I'll turn you around. Instead of sharing my screen. So it's telling me here, in the last 90 days, this is the post that got the most engagement, because I've sorted it by engagement. But this one is the one that got the most reach. So this one got the most reach. I'll see your toddler tantrum and raise you a teen that just had their phone taken away. So that was a color block. So if it looks like this, it's a color block. I do a lot of color blocks. And so you can see everything. So you can click on this, I think. You can click on it. No, maybe you can't. Okay. You cannot save this. Okay, so I lied to you. Other clicks, shares, reactions. That's a lot of engagement though, right there. Let's see. Okay, well, there you go. You're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. And every day, copy and paste. So if you're taking the time to post it, just hold your finger down before you go to bed. Before I go to bed, it's Thursday. I'm going to have a lifestyle post, which I already did. I'm going to do an engagement post later, and then I'm going to do a gratitude post. And that's 3. So before I go to bed, I'm going to copy and paste those 3 posts into a Google Doc so that I can save them in their appropriate content pillars. So you could also do, instead of like your branding buckets or your content pillars, you can make your folders engagement, inspiration, curiosity, gratitude, FOMO, recruiting if you want. So those are all the different kinds of posts. You could do that if you want to. However you want to do it, just sort them and keep them so that you can use them for later. You guys, this isn't rocket science. Like, talk about your brand, pay attention to what your people are attracted to, do more of that, double down on that. When you look at these posts and you can see what's really getting the most attention. So what I'm getting the most attention on is talking about mom stuff, being stupid funny. I said something about leap year. So go big or go home, because it's not going to be on social media for another 4 years in your memories. My travel. In less than 3 months, my company will be sending us back to this Xcarrot, where we just got back from. Who wants a sample of our amazing sunless tanner? I got 500 comments on that. This is a good one. I asked, do these wreaths look like Christmas? It was just a picture of me in front of my front door. I still had what I thought were winter wreaths, and then everybody told me, no, those are Christmas wreaths. So I was like, oh, I'm the loser that still has Christmas decorations up. But, you know, it was a pretty picture. I actually had my hair done and makeup, and my doors are gorgeous. It's actually one of my favorite things about the house. I actually talked my husband into $3,000 front doors. So anyway, happy Friday. What's everybody up to tonight? Got 163 engagements. So I can go back and see, you know, something else funny. 1 minute you're young and wild, and the next you're into air fryers. And guess what, you guys? I find those off other people's profiles. So when I'm scrolling and somebody puts something up that gets a lot of engagement, I take a picture of it. I do a screenshot. And then when I'm looking for engagement, this is March, I go back to December in my photos, and I just look for screenshots. In fact, screenshots are saved separate, and I just pull one of them out there. That girl's not gonna know that I just took her exact words off her post, and I copy and paste them onto a color block, and that gets a whole lot of reach. So please, like, work smarter, not harder. This is a job. It's going to take time and consistency. You have to put effort into it, but you can leverage a lot of these hacks to really save time and still show up authentically and the way that Facebook wants you to. Like, pay attention to what Facebook wants you to do and do it. If you don't, you will not get reach. You will not get audience. And we're all here for the reach and the audience, right? We want to turn our Facebook page into 6 figures or more, right? So, I hope those are good hacks. So repurposing your memories, copy and paste your posts at the end of the day into a Google Doc, sort them under either your branding buckets or your content pillars for, like, you know, their topic, or sort them by the type of post they are, which would be inspiration. Here, you can, like, write this down. You should be taking notes. Inspiration, lifestyle, engagement, curiosity post, which would be a business related post about a product, gratitude, FOMO, which is like, these are about to sell out, you're about to miss it, no longer available type post, or recruiting. Okay? Those are the different types of posts that I do on my page and that are part of this daily method of operation that I've so nicely given to all of you, which is literally how I train my team to grow a social influence and change their Facebook into dead to earning income. And sometimes it takes longer than others. And then, you know, of course, with my team, I work one-on-one with them over a call where we really dive into, and I go into their Facebook page and I have a look at what's going on and I say, okay, do more of this, less of that, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully you are working with somebody who can help you do that. These are just like the starter hacks that I've learned. So Google Docs, and then turn your professional dashboard on creator mode, doesn't cost any money and could actually pay you. And then go into content, sort by post reach or engagement and start looking at which posts are doing the best. If it's just an engagement post, you can just type that out into your Google Doc. I'm thinking right now. If it's not, what you can do is be working from your computer to see these analytics, and then on your phone, you're going to look for the document. And the way you search for a document is you go to, or the post, you go into your profile, 3 little dots, search. So now you're searching just inside your profile, and you can post a word that is something that you used only on that post. So I wouldn't say months or company, but I would say Xcaret. And that's going to pull up every post I did about Xcaret, and I can save them all at the same time to my Google Docs. Okay, so travel or, free trips. That would be my content pillar there. Travel for free, right? The wreath, my wreath post. Do these wreaths look like Christmas? I could just type wreath and it would pull that up, and then I can hold my finger down and copy it and paste it into a Google document for my phone. So there, I solved it for you. So you can still go back and do these within the 90 days and just only save the ones that do the best. If you're going all the way down, it's giving me every post I've done for 90 days. I don't know that I'd save the ones that aren't getting reach. I'm trying to get to the very bottom here. Here, let me go to the last 7 days. Oh, well, I'll do the last 28 days. Can you tell I think of this as I'm telling you guys? It starts coming to me, which is why I don't write anything down and I don't follow a script, because I don't know what the heck's going to come out of my mouth until I'm talking to you. Okay, so here, let me show you this. I would not even bother saving these posts. So I sorted it by post reach for 28 days. See post reach up here. So there's a lot of reach, a lot of reach, a lot of reach. There's some of them that got 0 engagement here. People are seeing it, but they're not engaging. I don't want to post anything. Oh, this was a reel. Okay. So maybe the reels are different. This was a reel, talking about my autoresponder. It's still getting in the hundreds. Okay, so these are reels. So the reels don't look like they populate any engagement, because my reels always get engagements. But it almost seems like reels are just not doing... Oh, no, these are stories. These are stories, because I wouldn't put this on a reel. So these are stories. So include your stories. So there you go. You learn something new every day. Play around with it. Figure out your hacks. If you guys have some good content organization hacks that you're using, pop it down below. I don't know all things. You guys have smart ideas, and I want to share them. I just gave you a bunch. Please share with us. What are you doing? What are you teaching your team? If you're using an app that's working and it's not killing your views, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know. It's going to be very different, I think, in the next couple of years on Facebook. We got to keep up, or else your time and all the work that you're doing is just not going to pay you. So hope that helps. Write all those down. Tag your team who needs to hear this. Part of why this is so great, this is the training I want my team to hear. I did this group because my husband was like, you keep saying the same thing. It would be a lot better if you would just put this in a video and let your team just watch it when they can. If my team needs to hear it, yours does too. If you want to learn it and then gatekeep and go over and hand it to them, that's great. I want them to look at you like the leader and knower of all things. But how much more time would you have to coach them on mindset and why they're actually not doing these hacks so that you can move the needle forward? By the way, that's a thing. If they're not doing these hacks, you need to be doing a different kind of training. And there's a whole nother way to do that, which I'm just certified in, so I'm excited. But you would have more time to coach on mindset. Why are you not posting? Why are you not engaging? Why are you not sending friend requests? Why are you not reaching out? Why are you not doing these things? You're doing this one and this one, but you're not doing that one. Why? You can actually help them start doing those things but you don't have time to if you're constantly giving strategy, next steps, onboarding, all that crap. So try to put some of this into a process. Feel free to use me until you have the time to do something like this yourself, like a whole entire group, or maybe you do have one and you're just here getting ideas. That's fine. But I'm here to share. I want everyone to win, and I don't care where you win. You can win where you are, or you can hop over and win where I am. Whatever you want to do, just make sure you're winning. So put all of this into strategy and go have a really great Thursday. Bye, y'all.